All right, this is page 2 of your lesson 58. We start with number 2 question. Again, there's no equal sign, so we just need to factor things out. Okay, negative 25x minus 15. So, what is in the first term that's also in the second term? You can factor out negative or positive, just like what we did on number 1. So, let's do this one two ways. Okay, Ooh, that's a really ugly line. Oops. Let me see if I can draw a line. Okay, I'm gonna solve this one in two different ways. Negative 25x minus 15. Okay, so the first one, I'm gonna factor out 25 and 15, you have a 5 in there, right? So I'm gonna factor out positive 5 first. Okay, and then the second one, I'm gonna factor a negative 5. All right, so 25x, negative 25x divided by 5, that's gonna be negative 5x. Negative 15 divided by 5, that's gonna be negative 3. So that's my one. This is one of the factors, one of the sets of factors. And then the second one, first I factored out positive 5. So what about if I factored out negative 5? Okay, so negative 25x divided by negative 5 is positive 5x. Negative 15x divided by negative 5 is positive 3. So now I have two answers. Which of the two is in the solutions set of solutions? You'll just have to look for them. All right, next one. Number 3. Reduce. Okay, so all right, so let's do x plus 5. If you just have x plus 5, really you just need to factor, right? But you have x plus 5 over 5. So what that means is you have to factor the top, you have to factor the denominator, and see if they have something in common. Now the top is a binomial, so you just have to look what's in x that's also in 5. Is there something in common other than 1? Not really, so you just have to keep that. And how about 5? Well, it's just 5 times 1. Well, I guess this is 5, x plus 5 times 1. The 1 will cancel out. Essentially, it will still look the same, right? So that means this is already a reduced form. You don't have to do anything. That's already reduced. All right, next one, number 4. Number 4. All right. Okay, so you have 2x plus 3. That's already factored. And then you have 16x plus 3. Okay, two factors on top, two factors in the denominator. Do you see anything in common? Yes, the x plus 3 and x plus 3. That's good. 2 over 16. But 16, you can factor out 16, right? You can factor it out as 2 times 8. Now, why did I not do 2 times 2 times 2 times 2? I don't really need to because I just know that there's a 2 here. I just need a 1, 2 to cancel with it. So you can do it this way. So now that 2 will cancel out. This 2 and this 2 will cancel out. And so what's left is you don't have anything left on the numerator, but you have a denominator here. You can't just write it like that. So therefore you put a 1 in there. Okay. Now, if you want to factor this one out fully, it could have been 2. Okay. And then 16 will be 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. This 2 and 2 will cancel out. You have still 1 here left. 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. Either way, it's going to be the same answer. All right. Let's move on to number 5. Now, compare number 4 and number 5. Because they pretty much look the same, right? Number 4 is partially factored. Number 5 is not at all factored. So negative 4x plus 16 not at all factored. You need to factor this one yourself. This one here is somewhat factored for you. All right, negative 4x plus 16. You remember, if you only have that, what do you need to do? You kind of need to look for what's in the negative 4x and also in 16. But right now, it's a fraction, so you have to do both of them. Okay. All right, so let's do the top first. What's the common factor on top? Well, you have negative 4, and so that's going to be x minus 4. You can do that, okay? But look, you have negative 4. I can actually factor negative 4 somewhere. I'm going to erase this, knowing that that's negative 4. I know that negative 4 can be factored out as negative 2 times 2, right? All right, so that's my top. The bottom one, I can factor out negative 6, okay? And then negative 6x divided by 6 is x. Negative 24 divided by negative 6x is negative 4. But look, the negative 6, I can factor that one out some more. I'm going to erase that. I'm going to change it with negative 2 times 3 for my negative 6. And so now this negative 2 and negative 2 will cancel out. This parentheses and parentheses will cancel out. Therefore, you only have 2/3 left for that problem. Okay. Now you kind of need to be really careful with the sign because look, you have a 2/3 here. You also have a negative 2/3 here. So it's easy to miss these types of problems. You need to take note of your signs. All right, number 6, 2y over 15 times 20 over 18y. Okay, so this is multiplying of fractions, two numerators and two denominators. That means you need to factor everything out. Okay, so the 2y is 2 times y, the 15 is 3 times 5, times 20 is 2 times 2 times 5. 18y is 2 times 3 times 3 times y. Okay, left to right, so not it's not all over the place. This 2 gets canceled with that 2. This y, so as you notice, I'm moving from left to right on the top, moving left to right from the bottom. Okay, y and y gets canceled out. There's another 2, it doesn't have any partner, so we can cancel that. Another 2, no more 2's, and a 5, I'm gonna cancel that. Okay, so now what's left? We have 2 times 2 and 3 times 3 times 3, which is equal to 4 over 27. Okay, did we answer this correctly? It doesn't look like, oh, wait. Why don't we not have, what are we missing here? 12 over y. Oh, okay. It should be 12y. Oopsies. Okay, so I'm going to give you a challenge. Correct my answer. I wrote 2y instead of 12y, so see if you can do that on your own. All right, number 7. 7. Oops. Sees. Okay. Number 7. 3 over 7 parentheses. So that you can actually rewrite this. So when you see something like this, so remember the parentheses basically means multiply. So you can actually rewrite it as 7. Ooh, why do I keep on writing 7? 3 over 7 times 1 minus 2x over 8. That's the same thing, right? You just replace the parentheses with a dot. Okay. All right. So now two numerators, two denominators. 3, how do you factor that one out? Well, just 3. 7 is just 7. 1 minus 2x. Is there anything you can factor? This is a binomial. Common in here, that's also in here. Well, really nothing. So 1 minus 2x, put in parentheses. How about 8? 2 times 2 times 2. Now, is there anything you can cancel? Not really. So what that means is just multiply everything across. Multiply the numerator and denominator. 3 times 1 minus 2x. And then everything in the denominator, 7 times 2 times 2 times 2, which is equal to this one here. You need to distribute. So that would be 3 minus 6x. And this one becomes 56. Okay. All right. I think that's it for this page. I will see you on the next page.